in terms of language, in terms of content, and in terms of how to portray certain things in presentations, ChatGPT comes into picture. And analysis. Uh, so whenever there's like huge chunk of data and you need to summarize certain thing to understand the gist of a particular thing, uh, it has definitely helped in. And there's a tool called Notion AI, so that summarizes all
Yeah.
the meeting notes and all of those things. And sometimes even for transcription, as a researcher, it really helps in transcription and all of that. And I personally feel Midjourney has definitely improved a lot. So it's a tool where we give it a prompt and an image is generated. So different kinds of things, creative things in very fast way, I'm able to generate and put it in these presentations to make a solid point out of it. I think this is where it has affected my personal day to day, I would say. Over to you, Nisha.
Yeah. Before Misha, just one question. What are you, Ram? What are you primarily using for transcription? That's something I was looking into a bit, but I couldn't find any satisfactory option for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not really using any tool for transcription, to be honest.
Me neither yet, but that's something I would like to have an option for.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really
So
don't have any tool in mind right now. Yeah.
yeah, so there is this a specific paid feature in Duolingo, so where it creates like, so in the meeting itself where we have this Firefly option of Google, where it kind of takes in all the conversations and converts it into meeting notes and things like that. Uh, in this Duolingo, there's this specific, added premium feature which does really great transcription of the notes itself. And so that's something which is really helpful. And there's another. So speaking about transcriptions and how well AI tools are able to understand our natural conversations, right? So most of the times, the problems we face is that it's unnatural, or there are a lot of errors that are coming up whenever we use tools. So there is this application from Hume. It's called Empathic. So what it has done is, the level of natural language understanding it has is massive.
I really don't use a lot of AI tools, to be honest here. I mean, I'm mostly exploring because as I understand, it will be something for the future. So I have used, of course, ChatGPT, Bard. I have tried. I forgot the Microsoft tool. Then
Copilot, I think, being Copilot.
yeah, then also the LinkedIn Gen AI option of creative imagery by prompting, then photo, a lot of Gen AI tools. I was just trying this openart.ai right now. So I'm mostly exploring. I personally, I don't know how much I'll adopt, honestly, because I believe in personalization. I believe in having my own individual identity, and using ChatGPT. Sometimes it's okay for spelling check, for grammar check, but if it makes me a part of what every of the crowd, I would not really use it, because the stage of career I am in, I don't feel. I think I need to be more aware of the tools rather than adapting them into my daily life.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm totally with you on that. And yeah, similarly, when it comes to my processes, I also don't use AI tools explicitly. I mostly use it as part of something I do anyway. For example, Grammarly is something I use a lot, but I don't use it to write for myself. I use it to for mainly for spell checks because I'm bad with that. I'm not exactly bad with spellings itself per se, but I'm really bad with making minor mistakes while typing. So I use Grammarly to have a check on that. Other than that, like some of the AIs are already part of what we do. For example, as I said, search engine and stuff literally works on AI. Other than that, as integrated AI, which I use a lot. For example, the auto selection we use, that is AI, that is Adobe Sensei, that has been for a long time now. Firefly has been part of it. Those are the ways I mostly use it. I have played with quite a few tools just to see how the works, Midjourney, Dali, etc. But I don't use them as part of the general everyday life. I it's mostly for me. It's mostly taking care of menial tasks. I don't want to make that selection completely myself. But I do know how it works. That's important because AI misses, and if you know how it works, you can correct that misses. While creating the banner for the webinar,
Okay,
I
that's me.
yeah, that's down. Of course, I had to put the photo of the host, but being the designer I am, we can't help but be a little nitpicky about the position of the image and stuff, and that's why I used AI a bit. See, the photo I had is but this didn't have the edges to fit on the
Ah,
square image I had
this is
for
interesting.
for the webinar banner. I like to use squares. Circle is something I feel overused. Nothing wrong with that. It depends on the brand, but for me, I prefer using squares. So that's where I used AI to generate the backgrounds. That's
Wow.
something I used. I did not. The photo itself is real, as you can compare with Ram in the screen.
Yeah,
Same
share this
person,
picture.
real photo. Yeah, but I used AI to adjust that. Similarly, uh, with Misha, this is the photo you see in the banner, but it looks bad when the face is not at the center, and that's important. As I said, we are designers here. We are nitpicky about stuff like that. And this was the image. If I were to use it, either the photo would be the face would be too big, which would be injustice, or it would be in center, which is something my OCD cannot tolerate. So I used AI to generate a bit so that the person is real, but the background is a bit edited to fit the task. So these are the ways I use AI. Plus, when I'm making the selection, I'm not gonna,
Hmm.
lasso everything. I'll just make a
Right.
general selection, stuff like that. And this new expand tool is part of the Adobe Firefly system, which is something Adobe has now incorporated within the Creative Suite. So not using a new tool. I'm just using AI that is now part of the existing tool. That's mostly how my use with AI comes in.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that is pretty much my life.
That's great. That's what.
And
So this is how things happen faster, right? Like so before, I
yeah,
think you had to select the whole thing with the lasso tool and then do some corrections there. But now it just happens in fingertips. So yeah.
yeah, and like even if let's say I were to expand the backgrounds, that's also possible by doing manually. The manual process will be going out, finding images that fits the similar background, or taking elements from the existing background, merging it and stuff like that. That's also possible. I know how that works, but it's not something as important that I will create something from scratch. I just need to fit a little bit so it fits my designer nitpicky behavior well. So I'm just delegating it to AI. That's pretty much how we use AI, and I think that's a good max.